Hey friends, let's take a shopping trip, shall we? Hey friends, it's actually Pastor Mike from Fellowship Church. Always love to connect with you midweek. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying this beautiful fall weather. Thank God for the changing colors of the seasons. That thought for you again. Hey, you want to go on a shopping trip? And right about now you're thinking, Pastor Mike, is it time for you to see your doctor or anything like that? Well, let's just try something. A little illustration. You'll know it's a story by the content. Let's pretend that you and I are going to go shopping. That you thought my being Dutch would help get a better fee. So you and I are going to go shopping for a car. And you were hoping for my input, so you and I go to a few different dealerships. We're looking around. You want to buy a brand spanking new car, brand new, because you've never had a new car before. So we're walking past these rows of brand spanking new cars and looking at all the beautiful colors. But at every car, we stop and look at the sticker. And you know what the sticker means. It's always kind of posted on the outside of the car. The sticker says, here's what the price of that car will be. And immediately you turn to me and say, hey, we can dicker them down, can't we? You betcha, we'll take our shot at it. But the sticker not only has the price, the sticker also has a list of the options. And you get to look at those options and say, hey, that matches what I was looking for. Or maybe you'll look at some of those options and say, I really wasn't planning on having something like that. Or let's go one step farther. Let's say you and I meet with the salesperson and you say, I'd like to order a new vehicle. I'm not in a hurry. I want a vehicle just right, fits me to a T. And the Mr. Salesman says, well, let's start looking at some of the options. And you look through this dizzying list of options, trying to decide exactly what you want this vehicle to look like. Well, friends, that's what it might look like shopping for a car. But I wonder if your faith fits the same kind of analogy there. See, here's what happens for some people in their Christian faith. They come to a knowledge of Jesus Christ. They accept Jesus as Savior and Lord. They begin walking in the ways of Christ. They have a church home of some kind. But as time goes by, not just months, but probably years or even decades, at some point in time, it is possible that that Christian faith becomes one more option in their life. You know what I mean by an option? It's something that adds value to the life that you already have. Rather than being life-transforming or life-changing, your Christian faith becomes one more thing on the list. Here are the things that I've added to my life that add some sense of value or meaning to my life, or maybe even here's my guaranteed ticket to heaven, and that's what the Christian faith means for you. Well, friends, if you think that way and be honest with yourself, you're certainly not alone. Others have certainly thought that way as well. In fact, it happened in the New Testament days as well. If you've ever read through the book of Colossians, which is the Apostle Paul writing to a church called Colossae, in a city called Colossae, Paul writes things like, the fact that you have been raised with Christ. And then he says, set your mind on heavenly things, which is a beautiful thing. Set your mind on things above. But then Paul says, when Christ, who is your life, returns from glory. And that little phrase jumps out at me like a red letter edition. When Christ, who is your life. Friends, it's so easy for you and I to treat Christ like he's an add-on to your life. You have your life is already defined. You're simply looking for add-ons that produce more value or meaning to your life. But that's not at all what the Christian faith is. Instead, Paul is very clear, God speaking through Paul, that the Christian faith is not an add-on to your life. It's life. When Christ, who is your life, which means that the fundamental definition of your life now becomes that you are a follower of Jesus. He's not an add-on, he's life itself. Everything else in life might be an add-on, but Christ is your life. And I wonder, friends, if he means that much to you. And I wonder if when you think of life, you literally think of, well, first of all, I am a Christian. Not I do Christianity or I believe Christian doctrines, but I am a Christian. It is my fundamental identity as a person on this planet, and everything else is an add-on. So is your faith an add-on? Is it an option? Or is it your life? You'll know by what it really means to live as a Christian, friends. I hope that makes some sense to you. It certainly does to me. May Christ be your life in every sense of that word. Hope you have a wonderful week. Take good care of yourselves. Be safe this Halloween season. God bless. Bye-bye.